Today is May 17, 2024. Our reflection is entitled Called to Feed and Shepherd, Embracing Our Commission. First reading. Acts chapter 25, verses 13b to 21. King Agrippa and Bernice arrived in Caesarea on a visit to Festus. Since they spent several days there, Festus referred Paul's case to the king, saying, "There is a man here left in custody by Felix. When I was in Jerusalem, the chief priests and the elders of the Jews brought charges against him and demanded his condemnation. I answered them that it was not Roman practice to hand over an accused person before he has faced his accusers and had the opportunity to defend himself against their charge. So when they came together here, I made no delay. The next day I took my seat on the tribunal and ordered the man to be brought in. His accusers stood around him, but did not charge him with any of the crimes I suspected. Instead, they had some issues with him about their own religion and about a certain Jesus who had died but who Paul claimed was alive. Since I was at a loss how to investigate this controversy, I asked if you were willing to go to Jerusalem and there stand trial on these charges. And when Paul appealed that he be held in custody for the emperor's decision, I ordered him held until I could send him to Caesar." Gospel. John chapter 21, verses 15 to 19. After Jesus had revealed himself to his disciples and eaten breakfast with them, he said to Simon Peter, "Simon, son of John, do you love me more than these?" Simon Peter answered him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my lambs." He then said to Simon Peter a second time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Simon Peter answered him, "Yes, Lord, you know that I love you." He said to him, "Tend my sheep." He said to him the third time, "Simon, son of John, do you love me?" Peter was distressed that he had said to him a third time, "Do you love me?" And he said to him, "Lord, you know everything. You know that I love you." Jesus said to him, "Feed my sheep. Amen, amen, I say to you, when you were younger, you used to dress yourself and go where you wanted. But when you grow old, you will stretch out your hands, and someone else will dress you and lead you where you do not want to go." He said this signifying by what kind of death he would glorify God. And when he had said this, he said to him, "Follow me." In the first reading from Acts, we find Paul appearing before King Agrippa, defending himself against accusations brought by the Jewish leaders. Despite the legal challenges he faces, Paul remains resolute in his commitment to proclaiming the gospel. This passage illustrates the courage and conviction required to fulfill one's calling in the face of opposition and adversity. In the Gospel according to John, we witness a poignant exchange between Jesus and Peter by the Sea of Galilee. Jesus, in his resurrected form, questions Peter 3 times, asking if he loves him. With each affirmation of love, Jesus commissions Peter to feed and tend his sheep. This passage symbolizes Peter's restoration and reaffirmation of his role as a shepherd within the church. Both readings highlight the theme of vocational calling and commissioning. Whether it's Paul defending his mission before earthly authorities or Jesus reinstating Peter as a shepherd of his flock, we are reminded of the responsibility and privilege of serving God's people. Today, I will prayerfully reflect on my own calling within the church and how I can faithfully fulfill my role as a shepherd. I will seek opportunities to serve others with love and compassion, recognizing that my vocation is a gift from God. With courage and conviction, I will embrace the commission entrusted to me, trusting in God's grace to guide me in my ministry. If you found this video meaningful, I invite you to show your support by hitting the like, subscribe and share button, as this will help us reach more people with these reflections. Together, we can create a community that seeks wisdom and spiritual growth.